Deserve it.
If I didn't stop him like this,
Ja, han skulle bara få Philadelphia. Jag sa det var bra. Vad helt fantastiskt.
I just tried to stop him.
Det var det vi sa, det var perfekt. Det var exakt vad du skulle göra. Bara avbryta han.
Yeah, if I let him do it, you're gonna speak about my mom and dad.
Exakt.
I don't like using if somebody tries to do that, it has to get back.
Of course.
Yeah, you fucking Chechen fucking whore. I'll send you back. Hey,
I gotta
go back to the country you fled, you fucking coward.
I gotta be your daddy in the cage. I make you
The guy leaves his shitty country, flees to Sweden, goes back home, whores himself out to a fucking dictator, and wants to talk like a fucking man. Bitch. You don't know what it's like to be a man.
And making jokes about his.
I am terrorist for him. I am. I'm gonna take off his head. I'm gonna kill him. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. You're never gonna beat me. Never.
Yeah, motherfucker. I beat you in the gym. I'll beat you here. I'll beat you on the stage in front of everybody,
I
you
beat you
motherfucker.
all day, every day.
Yeah, shut the up, little fucking Chechen whore. We gotta start calling the whore the dog.
I make it cry again.
Yeah,
I wanna
okay.
be your daddy in the cage.
Okay.
I've been all day, every day, your daddy. You know about it.
Relax, bro.
Yeah.
I don't know what
rat
came from. We go back to.
Now that he's here in front of you, would you get up and say those things directly to his face, or is it all a part of your online persona?
Hey, look at his face. He started to cry now.
Listen, I didn't bring religion in this. He's the one that brought this into us. And let me tell you, go fuck. Let me tell you something. If this is how you act and your religion acts, all you out of this country, if you are a dog,
Why you stand up all
let me
the
tell
time?
you guys,
Sit down.
I didn't bring religion
Don't
in
be
this. I didn't do it. He did. He did. If that is how
I'm
you
gonna make
react,
you gay.
let's go, bro. He just kind of walks around like a bully, but the moment you
told you I'm gonna
he acts
bully
like a
you, bitch.
You ain't
Shut
gonna
up.
do shit, motherfucker.
I'm gonna bully you, bitch.
Yeah, like you used to run for me in the
don't
gym.
bully.
you
Of
coward.
course I bully you.
Yeah, shut the coward.
Remember that. Eric, can you bring off this guy from me? Yeah. Tell about that. Let your coach tell about that. You go.
This is a stacked card. Now, let's get to the main event of the evening. Khamzat Chimaev taking on Sean Strickland. Now, this is one we've all been waiting for. And the thing that Sean Strickland does have is he does have great takedown defense, which is kind of crazy because he stands right up like a Christmas tree. And then when you look at Khamzat Chimaev, he tends to go out there and shoot his takedown from 16 miles away, but he's able to land it and out-grapple people. When you fight DDP, you rely on a takedown, You got takedown. When he got to crucifix position, he wasn't able to land that significant shot to put him out, right? And he didn't use his grappling. He's got to make sure when he gets there, he's got to flip the mindset. Instead of ground and pound him, I can end this fight with just a submission. Now, with all that being said, for Khamzat Chimaev taking on Sean Strickland, I'm going to have to go with Khamzat Chimaev.
Khamzat versus Strickland, bad blood. If you talk about top 5 UFC fights of all time where the guys have serious hatred between them, I'd put this at number 2 behind Conor and Khabib. And the only reason I'd take Conor and Khabib over it was what happened over in Brooklyn leading up to that fight. And it should be a good one, man. 2 of the best guys in the world don't like each other. Should be a great night. And the co-main event's awesome.
It's finally here. Khamzat Chimaev defending the belt against Sean Strickland. A fight where a lot of people said that this fight's not going to happen. It's not going to make it to the octagon. There's too much drama. There's too much beef. Oh my God, this is crazy. We're going to need extra security. Sean Strickland going around saying, listen, if the guy wants to come and see me, I've got plenty of guns.
But if you come up to me with 3 Chechens that don't speak English, I'm going to pull my gun and I'm going to each and every one of you.
Khamzat Chimaev and his whole Chechen mafia crew apparently hunting down Sean Strickland. Listen, there's a lot of backstory. There's a lot of beef. But I tell you what, there is also a tremendous fight going down this Saturday. And let me tell you, if Sean Strickland can't get it done against Khamzat Chimaev, I don't think anyone in the middleweight division anytime soon is going to be taking that belt off Khamzat Chimaev. Now, we know that they used to train with one another. Khamzat Chimaev told me to my face that he choked him out multiple times. And we know that whole bit where Sean Strickland went up to him and said, listen, you got to take it easy. You got to take it easy. You're so much better than all these guys.
Be nice. Gum is up. Understand, you're better than everybody. So just don't hurt people.
That's all well and good.
It's not always about the heaviest hitter.
It's
but
not
like,
about the heaviest hitter, Luke.
Because
No.
Strickland is effective. He doesn't hit that hard.
It's not about the heavy hitters. But what I'm saying is, when it comes to striking and the problem of striking, look at what happened with Strickland in DDP, right? Look at what happened with Khamzat in DDP. 2 different fights. Completely different. So it's not like he has much to worry about, like really getting hit hard from Strickland. If Strickland can get up, cool, but you can only get up a certain amount of times. But Strickland is not going to put his lights out at all. So for the only possibility that leaves is Khamzat's just going to dominate this guy. We're going to go home saying this is exactly.
Yeah. What about, you know, the stuff that Sean is saying? I've heard some comments from you about Sean. You don't seem to be a big fan of his. How do you feel about the things that he's been saying about your friend?
I haven't followed everything he said. That's not who I try to follow. But Sean is truly a piece of shit, and everyone has an opinion. But you get down, and I didn't even know who Sean was when he first rolled in to our training camp. He showed up on our doorstep, and he was just a loud idiot, and he was trying to beat up kids that were helping him and trying to knock him out consistently after he already hurt him. And he's just not. He's not one of those guys you want to. I like to be around. And many people. I mean,
as the weekend draws near, anticipation for the Khamzat Chimaev versus Sean Strickland showdown has reached fever pitch. This isn't merely another bout on the card, but rather a collision between 2 warriors who promise to deliver raw aggression and psychological warfare inside the octagon. Analysts remain split on the outcome, with everyone eager to witness which competitor will buckle under the pressure first.
But man strength, Sean Strickland's been training a long time. He's been training with elite people in the UFC for a long time. Sean Strickland has been around. He's got 30 wins, 12 KOs, 4 submissions, 14 decisions, 7 losses. Right now, he's 2-2 in his last 4. Now, his last fight with Anthony Hernandez, that's what we're going to get into here in a bit. February 21st went down. And remember, Fluffy was on a 7-fight win streak in the middleweight division. Sean Strickland TKO'd him in the 3rd round. He's taking on the Freak Show. He's taking on the absolute Freak Show, one of the scariest champions alive that there's ever been. I do believe that. Khamzat, 32 years old, in his absolute prime. The guy's huge. I mean, 6'2", he's giant. I don't even know how he even got close to making welterweight in the past. I don't think he even made welterweight.
According to Michael Bisping's analysis, Chimaev represents an unstoppable force equipped with elite-level grappling skills, devastating knockout power, and conditioning that appears sharper than ever following his latest training camp. Yet there's a critical factor that demands attention. Despite Chimaev's commanding performance against Dricus du Plessis, which relied heavily on ground control and submission attempts, it didn't involve prolonged striking exchanges across multiple rounds, something that would test anyone's endurance. This is precisely the battlefield Strickland intends to create if he can successfully defend against Chimaev's takedown attempts.
Now we know Khamzat is a force of nature. The wrestling is ridiculous. The power in the hands is phenomenal. The gas tank seems to have been solved, okay? Against Dricus, he went 5 rounds. However, caveat, he took down Dricus and he led on top of Dricus. I'm not saying he led on top of him just stalling. He was trying to finish. He was looking for submissions. He was putting him in a crucifix and trying to drop little elbows, and Dricus was burying his head and stuff like that. That kind of pace, though, where you're stifling someone on top, is not the same as being on the feet and engaging in a war 4 or 5 rounds. They're 2 very, very different things. And Sean Strickland, if he has the ability to stop the takedowns, which, by the way, he is very confident that he will.
Bisping emphasizes a straightforward yet critical observation. Should Chimaev fail to secure an early finish, the fight's momentum could shift dramatically. The opening rounds will prove decisive. Both fighters carry intense emotions into this contest, which can fuel explosive early action but also lead to rapid fatigue. While Chimaev has demonstrated his ability to end fights swiftly and decisively, his performances against elite opponents like Kamaru Usman and Gilbert Burns revealed noticeable decline in his later rounds.
Well, if he can survive the first round or two, and it's such a cliched expression, but if Sean can survive the first round or two, never mind any of the emotions, or if he goes out there and doesn't fight on emotion, Strickland's always emotional. Khamzat's always emotional, and Khamzat's had some devastating performances, whether it was knocking out people with one shot, whether it was picking up Li Jingliang and having a conversation with Dana White saying, I'm going to kill everybody, or whatever it was.
I'm coming for everybody, kill everybody.
Or fighting Kamaru Usman and Gilbert Burns and slowing down dramatically, right? They weren't phenomenal performances, but the other ones were. But that did show a weakness, a perceived.
According to Chael Sonnen, the supposed bad blood between Chimaev and Strickland appears manufactured, considering their history at Extreme Couture, where both fighters trained without any visible tension. During their time sharing the same gym, observers witnessed nothing but mutual respect, collaborative training, and athletes focused on improving their craft. The animosity narrative only emerged after their paths diverged professionally.
These guys have talked themselves into something. I mean, these guys have talked themselves and convinced themselves that they are rivals, that they have a feud. But if we back this up to its genesis, which is Extreme Couture in the practice room, Chimaev at 24 years old, getting brought in and getting workouts. Sean is at that same gym, same practice time. In fact, I think that Sean was the one running the workouts. Eric Nixick was the head coach, but the specific class that Chimaev was coming to, I believe that Sean was the one that actually ran that class. Either way, there was no feud between them. They didn't have to be separated. They weren't just great workout partners that loved training together or were upset if a guy wasn't there, or the opposite. Right? There really wasn't a lot.
Sonnen further explains how this matchup stems from rankings and timing rather than genuine personal conflict. Strickland currently sits as the #1 contender, while Chimaev holds the championship that was taken from the very fighter who previously defeated Strickland. The bout makes perfect sense from a competitive standpoint, but lacks the authentic personal vendetta that drives true rivalries. In Sonnen's assessment, these two never had the opportunity to develop real hatred or unfinished business, making their meeting purely circumstantial based on divisional positioning.
Finally got, okay, Sean Strickland is now the #1 contender. By the way, Chimaev is the champion. Chimaev got the belt from the guy that took the belt from Sean Strickland. We got a nice little round robin, and competition says these two have to match up. And that's how we got here. We didn't get here because of some kind of hate or hostility. We didn't get here because of some grudge. Something that wasn't buried and put behind us in the past. None of those things happened. So when we talk about we can't face these guys off, is the grudge really that big? Was the feud really that big? They used to train together. They agreed to fight 3 years ago. The fight didn't happen. They don't train together anymore. Here they are back fighting.
Camille Rountree Jr. maintains that the training camp's mindset has remained unwavering from the beginning, emphasizing that preparation has always been the sole focus. He reports that Khamzat has stayed locked onto his goal without allowing any distractions to derail his primary mission of capturing and defending championship gold. Regardless of opponent changes or external noise, Rountree believes the preparation quality hasn't suffered in the slightest. From his perspective, everything is perfectly aligned and ready for fight night execution.
Look, since day one, this fight was never about Strickland. Khamzat's been here, hasn't missed a day of training. Doesn't matter what's going on. Yeah, 2 days. Nothing else matters to him in this moment in his life than to be fighting and to be a champion and to make money. And so nothing has strayed him from that. He's been doing this since February. You know, it was supposed to be Yuri first. Now it's Strickland. It doesn't matter. He's going in there to dominate. I can't wait to see it. All the hard work that he's put in, all the hard work that
Luke Rockhold presents the matchup as far from straightforward for either competitor. While acknowledging Chimaev's threat in every phase of combat, Rockhold emphasizes that the real challenge emerges when the grappling plan doesn't unfold as expected. He notes that Strickland possesses the resilience to recover and regain momentum even after difficult moments. Rockhold warns that Chimaev cannot afford to rush his finishing attempts, as doing so might cause him to overlook Strickland's deceptively relaxed yet cunning fighting approach.
Takeaway of the camp.
Khamzat's good. He's good everywhere. It's just like this fight, it's going to be tough because he has an ability to get up, and if Khamzat can implement some damage on the ground and not really commit to his grips on top, he stays back. You got to get on the hips and put a couple shots on him. Sean's going to probably be able to get up here and there, and Khamzat can't put too much, load up too much and put too much pressure on trying to go for it, kill, because his relaxed hit, he's so relaxed and he gets off little shots, and these little shots can hurt. So if he gets back to the feet and he can relax and just wait for an opportunity to get another takedown or get some good striking in and not loading up. And
Rockhold questions whether some of the verbal exchanges directed at Chimaev were genuine or calculated psychological warfare designed to create mental uncertainty. Drawing from personal experience, he explains the difficulty in distinguishing between authentic comments and strategic mind games. His assessment suggests a combination of both elements at play. While acknowledging their previous training relationship created familiarity, he recognizes that people evolve and perspectives change over time. Despite respecting Chimaev's abilities, Rockhold also notes the unpredictable nature of Strickland's approach.
Times.
Do you think he believes the things that he's saying about Khamzat, or is just trying to get under his skin? What do you think? You've been around this game. You kind of can tell when someone believes something and when they don't.
I think there was some understanding of how they work together and how it went. But I think people grow, and I think there's definitely some, I don't think he believes everything he says. I think he tries to believe, and it's going to be a tough fight. I'm not going to say like a lot of the other guys think it's going to be easy for Khamzat, but he's got to, relaxation is the key to the game, and he is good on the feet. He's great on the ground. Sean's tricky as hell. He's just weird. He's uncomfortably I don't like watching Sean fight. I don't think a lot of people do, but he's effective in getting up, and his style somehow worked.
Tim Welch reminds everyone that Strickland brings extensive experience to this contest. He's navigated the UFC landscape for years, testing himself against elite competition while building a diverse record featuring knockouts, submissions, and decision victories. Despite recent inconsistency, his dominant performance over Anthony Hernandez demonstrated his continued danger as he neutralized a surging contender with impressive efficiency. However, Welch acknowledges this challenge escalates dramatically against what he describes as a freak show champion in Chimaev, a massive physical specimen still in his prime, significantly larger than most anticipate, and unlike any opponent Strickland has previously encountered.
But man strength, Sean Strickland's been training a long time. He's been training with elite people in the UFC for a long time. Sean Strickland has been around. He's got 30 wins, 12 KOs, 4 submissions, 14 decisions, 7 losses. Right now, he's 2-2 in his last 4. Now, his last fight with Anthony Hernandez, that's what we're going to get into here in a bit. February 21st went down. And remember, Fluffy was on a 7-fight win streak in the middleweight division. Sean Strickland TKO'd him in the 3rd round. He's taking on the Freak Show. He's taking on the absolute Freak Show, one of the scariest champions alive that there's ever been. I do believe that. Khamzat, 32 years old, in his absolute prime. The guy's huge. I mean, 6'2", he's giant. I don't even know how he even got close to making welterweight in the past. I don't think he even made welterweight.
Belal Muhammad outlines a clear blueprint for Chimaev's success, beginning with immediate urgency and abandoning any feeling-out process or rhythm-finding attempts. His strategy emphasizes pressing the wrestling advantage early, while forcing Strickland into immediate defensive reactions. Muhammad criticizes Duplessis for allowing Strickland's jab-heavy rhythm to develop before responding, while noting that Strickland has shown vulnerability to takedowns in previous fights against opponents like Dricus Duplessis and Kamaru Usman. Once Chimaev secures ground position, Muhammad advises balanced aggression, controlling position while hunting for either submission finishes or ground strikes, but avoiding the mistake of exhausting everything in round 1 with nothing left for later rounds.
I'm hoping Chimaev walks through him. I'm hoping Chimaev, the Wolf, dominates, which I think he will, and I hope he will. But regardless, let's do our breakdown. Keys to victory for Chimaev. You gotta wrestle. You gotta wrestle early, you gotta wrestle fast, you can't wait. Fluffy kind of waited. Strickland get into his rhythm of jabbing, and then adding that cross in, a sneaky little cross. So for Chimaev, I think you shoot in early. We see where he is. We've seen him get taken down by Duplessis, who now we know has terrible wrestling. And we've seen him get taken down by Usman when he was at 170 and dominated on the ground. Your ground game's way better. So when you do take him down, and you're looking to break his jaw with the rear naked choke or grab his neck and break his neck, just be careful. Don't let it all out in the first round. Save a little bit in the tank.
Muhammad then addresses Strickland's path to remaining competitive, though his tone carries hints of sarcasm and rivalry. He identifies the jab as Strickland's primary weapon while emphasizing defensive discipline on the ground, specifically avoiding giving up back control or getting trapped against the cage, where Chimaev excels at driving forward and completing takedowns. Muhammad insists Strickland must completely avoid these compromising positions to maintain any realistic chance of victory. Despite providing this tactical breakdown, his prediction remains crystal clear, as he expects Chimaev to deliver a dominant performance and secure the victory.
Arms out. For Strickland, I don't want to give you keys to victory because I don't like you and I hate you. But I'll throw a couple out there just for people to watch and see if it works. Obviously, the jab, what you do, the teep, what you do. If you do get taken down, you can't give up your back. You got to keep his head in front of you, not get pushed to the fence. He's good at driving you to the fence and taking you down. I hope you let him push you to the fence. I hope you let him take you down. I hope you tap right away. My pick, obviously, I'm going with Chimaev. I think it's going to be a dominant performance. And let's go, Wolf.
Michael Chiesa offers a more nuanced prediction, acknowledging the difficulty in making a definitive call on this contest. His initial assessment suggests Chimaev likely captures the early rounds, particularly rounds 1 and 2, before Strickland potentially discovers his timing and begins mounting a comeback. Even while explaining his reasoning, Chiesa highlights the divided opinions surrounding him in the analysis community. Though he leans toward Chimaev winning, others in his circle predict a more one-sided affair. His final assessment suggests this won't be a clean or effortless victory, with legitimate scenarios where Strickland manages to slow the pace and potentially steal rounds as the fight progresses into deeper waters.
Now, when it comes to the pick, this is tough. This is really tough because I was talking to Brett Okamoto about this, and he asked for my breakdown on the fight. So I'm giving him the breakdown, and I'm thinking, you know what? I think that it's going to be rounds 1 and 2 is going to be Chimaev, and then Sean's going to fight his way back into it. Meanwhile, my wife's on the other side of the laptop looking at me, shaking her head, and I pause. I'm like, what are you shaking your head about? She's like, Chimaev's going to kill him. And Brett Okamoto could hear, and he goes, yeah, I agree with your wife. So obviously we're a house conflicted, but I think Chimaev wins. But I just don't think he's going to run over Sean Strickland. I think at some point, even though he's been working with Sam Calvita and doing all these things, I can see a world where Chimaev starts to slow down and Sean at least wins a round. I think Chimaev wins, but I just don't think it's going to come as easy as one.
So who wins this one? Whether Strickland or Chimaev emerges victorious, this represents a fascinating clash of contrasting styles with championship implications hanging in the balance, pitting early pressure and wrestling dominance against durability and late-fight tactical adjustments. Share your prediction in the comments section below, and remember to subscribe for continued coverage as we approach Fight Night.